Okay, good morning YouTube. What's up? Hope you're good. Just going to do a little review of my glasshouse standing backyard ultra and try to give some valuable info to everyone and tell you how I ran 10 loops / 67 kilometers, which was my personal best, and I went beyond my limits for this one. I was expecting or hoping to do 7 loops, so I'll be running into the new year, and I did better than that. So yeah, let's go. First up was the pre-race aspect of training. So I trained for 3 weeks. I didn't have a huge block for this one. It was a bit of a surprise that I was going to be doing it. So my friend said he was doing it, and so I tagged along. The first week I did 57 Ks of running, typically doing about 5 miles or 8 kilometers in the afternoons after work, from around 5 till 6 till 7 p.m. The second week I did 61 Ks of running, ramped it up a little bit. Pretty decent Ks for me personally. Never been a crazy good runner, and yeah, just using my new Adidas Evo SLs, getting some runs around my house. And the third week I did a bit of a taper. I did 26 Ks that week, and then did a bit of a taper. For my carb load, I used a lot of oats and honey in the 2 to 3 days leading up to the race or the run. Yeah, they were my main carb load. That's just what my body was, pretty happy with. I think my stomach ended up being pretty good timing wise, and indigestion I didn't really have too bad, so everything was pretty fine there. I also got a gazebo from Anaconda. Cost about $130 for a 2.4 meter by 2.4 meter gazebo. Really good investment because it ended up raining on the day. So that was definitely a good strat for my first backyard ultra. This Bagara nighttime one, I didn't have a gazebo, and so yeah, if it had rained, it would have been pretty cooked, pretty uncomfortable. The shoes I used, did a lot of my training for this 3 weeks in the Adidas Evo SLs. I've heard they're the best shoe of the year, and they definitely feel good for running on the road. And the course was pretty flat, and for the first half when it was dry, it was also, pretty good conditions to run in those. I did eventually swap to the Hokas. I have some Hoka Challenger trail shoes. Once it got wet, I needed to swap to those. Thankfully I had them. Socks, I use Creepers. Really good. I've only got 1 pair. I want to get some more, but yeah, the Creepers are awesome. I definitely recommend them. Headlamps, I learned a lesson because I had 2 headlamps, and the first one was really crap. Barely illuminated anything, and I was really having to squint and watch step by step where I was going. It was really annoying. Second one I swapped after that loop, and it was a bit better. It got the job done, but again, not very bright. And I've learned that you don't want to be having to squint and look carefully at the course and the rocks. Thankfully, I was running the exact same course, loop by loop by loop, and I started to know exactly where each rock was, each puddle was, each section of water, and so it was okay. We also had to wear a high-vis vest for the night loops. I already had one through work. And another tip, get a bit of Vaseline under your armpits and stuff here, and in between your legs, stop the chafing. So that's the pre-race. Also, here is the memento kind of trophy we got once you finish / DNF the race. So got that. It's actually pretty heavy. And so next up during the race, fluid wise, I had this little water bottle. I got it from Kmart for $3. Put a bit of masking tape around it so it was a bit easier to hold. They did give us a soft water bottle actually on the day as you could fit it in a running belt. But I didn't use it just because I'd bought this little $3 water bottle. But I'd learned that it's always good to have a water bottle during your loops so that you can sip and also ingest carbs, electrolytes and stuff while you're running the loop, instead of just only having it when you're back at the aid station. it's a game changer. I highly recommend you do that if you're going to do a backyard ultra. So get a water bottle. In it, I put some Powerade powder, some blue Powerade powder, a little bit of carbs and sugar, a little bit of sodium, not heaps, but a bit. I also had some little Boost energy caffeine tablets, sort of thing that fizz it up. I also had Celtic salt, which was a game changer. A co-worker put me onto the Celtic salt. It's got all the minerals and stuff you need, and also the electrolytes you need, / sodium. It's salt. So definitely get some of that. It's really, really good. I also had some full strength sugar lemonade, just for the extra quick calories. Need the carbs, need the calories. I ended up burning almost 6,000 calories in 10 hours during that run. So yeah, get the calories in, get the sugar in the form of that lemonade. Water bottle, use spring water. Tap water is terrible for you. Do not use tap water. Spring water's a go. For the food, kept it simple. Had some rice cakes with peanut butter and jam, and I made 7 of those. So I actually would have one of them at aid station each time, and going back to the corral, I'll be eating those. But I did run out, so yeah, need to do at least 10 more for the next time. About halfway through the race, it started raining. Like I said, 9:30-ish, it started pouring with rain. Turned the course to mud, so I had to swap into the trail shoes, and thankfully I did. They were good. And yeah, at about the 6th loop, finishing the 6th loop, getting close to that marathon distance, my left knee was really hurting. It ended up swelling up quite a bit later on. But yeah, used a bit of Pain Away cream on the left. It was on the outer side of my knee. I don't know if it was the IT band. I heard people talking about their IT bands once people started dropping. Maybe it was that. Who knows? I'm not a physiologist. So yeah, use the Pain Away cream and also some Panadol. Just smacked 2 Panadol on the loop then, and then the next loop it was still hurting. Smacked another 2 Panadol, and eventually it kind of went away. It numbed out a little bit, and I was able to shamble along. I did have to walk the first mile of each loop for a couple loops there, and it drastically slowed me down. It was killing. It bloody hurt, to be honest, and so I couldn't just take off running. Had to ease into it and just be real careful. And yeah, for the run, I also used no headphones, no music, no phone. Just hit my watch, hit the Garmin, and took off. And to be honest, it can get pretty boring, but it's also the mental challenge of it. Using the self-talk, being just with my thoughts, just enjoying and just being present in the moment is very powerful for your mind. And it's interesting what comes up, what kind of thoughts come into your mind, and yeah, it's hard, but headphones are cheating. Don't listen to music, it's cheating. And yeah, you get mentally stronger by not using headphones. So don't listen to podcasts or music if you want to be a beast. Alright, and lastly, after the race, I finished. I did my final loop. I essentially did it as a bit of a suicide loop. I wasn't expecting to finish in time, but I somehow managed to do it with 40 seconds left in that loop. I finished, and it was a really good feeling. I went from walking, had essentially given up on making the time, eventually started running again, slowly, very slowly running. Got to the turnaround point, and a few people had passed me and said, keep going, you can make the time. And it really motivated me. Maybe I could make the time. And so respect to those awesome people on the course who were able to motivate me to try and make that time and not give up on that loop, which meant I completed 10 loops. So, alright, and that'll about do it. Got my little glasshouse standing head thingy, I guess, as well, after I made the New Year's mark. After the race, I was in a fair bit of pain. Ended up just sleeping in my reclining camp chair because that's all I had. Just tried to scrub the dirt off my legs and yeah, use my sleeping bag. And yeah, sunrise, because I finished at 3 a.m. It came up pretty quick soon after that. packed up the gazebo, got a little bit of Macca's brekkie to start the new year for my efforts, and yeah, that was it. Glasshouse sanding, backyard ultra, 10 loops, doubled my personal best. Very happy with that. Next race, Biwa at night, half marathon. Let's go. Stay tuned for the running journey.